Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome in, everybody, to the 2019 Central Basketball Association semifinal round. This is the 7th annual postseason tournament here for the Central Basketball Association, and it will feature the number 1 seed, the Indianapolis Blades. They come in with a 6-2 record. They are the regular season champions. The Blades have actually won the last 3 regular season championships here in the CBA, and they are coached by Philip Washington. Indianapolis is led by Shawn Hopkins, who averages 21 points per game. Darrell Walker averaging 18 points per game, and Darren Montgomery, who averages 14 points per game. They will be hosting and taking on the Bowling Green Hornets, one of the original teams here in the CBA, which kicked off its inaugural season back in 2013. Bowling Green comes in as the number 4 seed with a 5-3 record. In the regular season, the Jackson Eagles, Bowling Green Hornets, and the Fort Wayne Flite all tied for 3rd place with a 5-3 record, but it was the Jackson Eagles that were left out of the postseason after the calculations. Bowling Green, once again the number 4 seed there, led by Monty Burney, leads the Central Basketball Association, averaging 28 points per game. Roy McFadden averaging 15 points per game, and Demarius Smith, who averages 13 points per game. Last year in the CBA was the Fort Wayne Flite, winning the championship 98-95 over Indianapolis. That was a 2 overtime victory. The Flite have won the last 3 CBA championships. So kind of a reversal of fortune there, where the Blades have won the last 3 regular season championships. The Flite the last 3 CBA championships. The Flite were the regular season champs back in the 2016 season, so they were the last CBA regular season champion team, not named the Indianapolis Blades. That year they were 8-0 during the regular season. They beat Middle Tennessee 110-83 for the CBA championship, once again back in 2016. In 2015, it was the Bowling Green Hornets winning the CBA championship. So Bowling Green, the last team to win a CBA championship, not called the Fort Wayne Flite. In game number 2 today, projected for an 8 p.m. start, we will have the number 2 seed, Middle Tennessee Storm, take on the number 3 seed, the Fort Wayne Flite. So folks, we're just moments away from the tip-off here at Riverside High School on the west side of Indianapolis, very close to 465 and Marion University, an NAIA school. Monty Burney averaging 28 points per game, the second leading scorer in the CBA. It's actually Anthony Jones from Jackson leading it, averaging 29 points per game.
CBA Basketball Championships, the 7th edition, hosted by Blade Sports and Entertainment. Would everybody please rise for the playing of the national anthem? game is played by the number 4 seed Bowling Green Hornets against your host, Indianapolis Blades. And now for your starting lineups from Bowling Green. At 1 forward, a 6'6" from Lee University, number 11, Roy McFadden. At the other forward, 6'4", number 8 from Chesapeake College, Andre Dickerson. At guard, 6'3", from Troy University, Durante Clark. At another guard, 6'2", from Austin Payne State University, number 3, Demarius Smith. And at the other guard, 6'1", from Vincennes University, Monte Murphy. Everybody make some noise for your Indianapolis Blades! At forward, 6'8", from Central Michigan University, number 8, William McClure. At the other forward, 6'7", from Wayne State University, number 6, Erin Worthington. At guard, 5'9", from Lake Erie College, number 5, Shawn Hopkins. At guard, 6'2", from Ohio Valley University, number 4, Darryl Walker. And at the other guard, 6'3", from Butler University, number 1, Shawn Hopkins. Bowling Green is coached by Nathan Thompson. The Indianapolis Blades is coached by Philip Washington. Tonight's contest will be officiated by Yogi Glazer, Jerry Middleton, and Ray Beverly.
So there we have it, folks. The national anthem starting lineups for today's semifinal game. This is one of 2 for today, the 6 p.m. start. We have the 8 p.m. Middle Tennessee Storm, the number 2 seed, taking on the Fort Wayne Flite, the 3-time defending CBA champions. Once again, before the Flite ran off 3 championships in a row, it was Bowling Green winning the championship in 2015 under Coach Nathan Thompson. He was the Coach of the Year that year. Rod Wilmot the following year being the Coach of the Year for the Fort Wayne Flite. In the center for the tip will be number 8, William McClure for Indianapolis. And for Bowling Green, it's number 8, Andre Dickerson. Dickerson goes 6'4", the forward at 28 years old. McClure goes 6'8", 29 years old for the Blaze. And possession will go with Indianapolis to start this game. Feed goes down to McClure. Has it knocked away from behind. Good steal by Monty Burney there. Burney now for 3 off glass. No good. Long rebound. That was number 4, Darryl Walker for the Blaze. Pulling up. 3-point shot is good for number 5, Shawn Howard. Indianapolis takes the early 3-0 lead here over the Hornets. Bowling Green out of Kentucky. Indianapolis Blaze right here from the Circle City. Shot off the mark by number 5, Durante Clark for Bowling Green. Blaze quickly pushes up the floor, driving straight to the cup. Off glass, no good by Darryl Walker, but we have a foul. Foul goes against number 8, Andre Dickerson. That'll be his first, team's first. Once we reach 4 team fouls, we will go into the bonus. We're playing FIBA rules here at Riverside High School, the Central Basketball Association semifinal game number 1. At the free throw line, that's Darryl Walker to shoot a pair. First one is no good for Walker. Darryl comes into today's game a 70.8% free throw shooter, hitting 17 of 24 on the season. Misses the first, but hits the second. Blaze up 4-0 early in this contest. We play 4 10-minute quarters here in the Central Basketball Association with a 15-minute halftime. That's Burney, number 1, top of the key. 3-point shot on its way. No good by number 5, Durante Clark. Good offensive rebound by the Hornets. Once again, Clark's 3-point attempt, no good. That was number 6, Erin Worthington for the Blaze. Now it's Shawn Hopkins. One of the top players in the CBA the past 4 seasons is Shawn Hopkins out of Butler. right here in Indianapolis. Three-point attempt no good by Shawn Howard. Bernie brings it up the floor. Once again, averaging 28 points per game. He's the number 2 leading scorer in the Central Basketball Association. Nice baseline, dribble drive, no good by number 5, Shawn Howard. Clark takes the feedback from number 3, Demarius Smith. Three-point attempt on its way, no good, but a nice putback by number 8, Andre Dickerson. Bowling Green on the board, down by 2. Hopkins being forced to his left and guarded by number 3, Demarius Smith. Krishan with the blow-by, kicks out, three-point attempt from the wing, no good by number 4, Darrell Walker. Bowling Green no-look lob, does not connect with number 11, Roy McFadden. McFadden goes 6'6", the forward. Hopkins runs the show for the Blaze. Once again, the Indianapolis Blades have won the last 3 regular season championships here in the Central Basketball Association. Walker. Hopkins gives it back to Walker. He's got a pocket here on the wing for 3. Darrell Walker now with 4 points in this game as the Blaze lead it 7-2. Smith handling the rock for the Hornets. Bowling Green, once again, one of the original franchises here in the Central Basketball Association. It was Middle Tennessee, Bowling Green, Peoria, and St. Louis, the Hawks at the time. Down low. Nice job using the body by Monty Burney to shield the defender. And they're going to say the basket is no basket. It is good, so he'll look for the and one. Monty Burney shooting 53% from the field and 47% from beyond the arc. 74% from the free throw line, averaging 28 points per game here. Bowling Green entering today with a 5-3 regular season record. Once again in a 3-way tie for third place. Burney completes the three-point play to pull his squad to within 2. 7-5's your score. Hopkins on the far wing being guarded by Burney. Bowling Green in a zone defense. Feed goes down low. And 3-second call going to go against the Blaze. So a turnover to Bowling Green. Smith over the timeline. Nice catch and shoot. Durante Clark just short as it skips the front of the rim. So I believe that ball was last touched by Bowling Green. 6:17 remaining here in the first quarter of game number 1 of our CBA semifinals. Entering today's contest, back on Sunday, April the 14th, it was Indianapolis Blades traveling to Bowling Green and winning it 103-98. The Blaze, who finished in first place in the regular season, and a nice rebound and put back by Andre Dickerson, his second bucket of the game. Blaze with a 6-2 record, tied with Middle Tennessee. But it's the Blaze as the regular season champions. That was Darrell Walker. He now has 6 points to lead all scorers. Three-pointer up and in as Bowling Green takes their first lead of the game after the Roy McFadden three-pointer. McFadden entering today just 2 of 24 from beyond the arc. Shawn Hopkins from the corner. Just a little bit long on that three-point attempt. Ball's tracked down by Demarius Smith. Clark tightly guarded by Shawn Hopkins, and Hopkins going to pick up his first foul, team's first. Block caught on number 1, Shawn Hopkins, 28 years old, 6'3". A super player here for the Indianapolis Blaze. Blaze this season playing without their star Anthony White Jr., who's a 6'3", 170-pound guard from Mercer University, can flat shoot it. As McFadden with the scoop shot gets his fifth point of the game. Bowling Green up by 3 now, 12-9. Baseline dribble drive, reverse lane, a little bit strong for Darrell Walker, but the putback is good. William McClure getting his first 2 points of the game, pulls the Blaze within 1, 12-11. Over the timeline, Smith. Handoff to Burney, 3-point attempt. Rims out, rebounded by Hopkins. And a nice steal. That was Demarius Smith picking it up for Bowling Green. Loose ball picked up by William McClure. Shawn Hopkins entering today averaging 6.8 assists per game. So I think they were looking for a backcourt violation. They were saying the change of possession between the two teams. Either way, Tyler Bibbs set to check in for the Blaze. And for Bowling Green, number 9, Marcus Bowens. Bowens, 6'5" forward. Bowens averaging 9.1 points per game. Tyler Bibbs averaging 9.3. Shot by Bibbs, no good. That'll be rebounded by Bowens. Three-pointer, McFadden. As Shawn Hopkins grabs the rebound. 12-11, just 3:35 remaining here in the first quarter. Kick out goes to Hopkins, top of the key. Floater in the lane is good as Shawn Hopkins picks up his first bucket of the game. Blaze take back the lead, 13-12. Shawn Hopkins year in, year out. Really vying for the CBA MVPs, that type of player, a difference maker. Nice no look. Hopkins with the bounce pass to McClure, but he's going to be fouled. Excuse me. I think that ball was stripped away on the baseline. Possession still with the Blaze. Checking in now for Indianapolis. That's number 2, Darren Montgomery, and number 9, Joe Reddick. Three-point attempt by Montgomery. No good. Going up high to get it was McFadden. Monty Burney straight to the cup, had his shot blocked by William McClure, but last touch by the Blaze, so possession to Bowling Green. To inbound it here for the Hornets, that's Demarius Smith, a CBA veteran. Again, as I said, during the 2013 season, you had the St. Louis Hawks, Middle Tennessee Storm, Bowling Green Hornets, and the Peoria Panthers. It was St. Louis winning it that year, the regular season championship with a 5-2 record. Nice take, and that's going to be last touch by the Blaze. Possession will stay with Bowling Green. Now it's going to be Smith with the inbounds. Nice little crowd here at Riverside High School for this first game. Burney's three-pointer, halfway down, bounces out. Hopkins is there to knock it away from McFadden. Possession will stay with Bowling Green's a fresh 24 on the shot clock. Number 2, DeJohn Williams. For Bowling Green goes 5'8". He'll be the shortest player here in this game. Shawn Howard for the Blades goes 5'9". So with 2:29 remaining here in the first quarter. It's the Blades with a 13-12 lead. So I believe they're trying to adjust the shot clock. Once again, folks, game number 2 will feature the Middle Tennessee Storm with a 6-2 regular season record against Fort Wayne Flite, 5-3 regular season record, the 3-time defending champions. Last year, it was the Flite. I believe we got an official's timeout here for the clock. We'll take a timeout with them and be right back with you with more CBA basketball action here from Riverside High School.
A running play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business. It's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, the University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish, that we can produce our broadcast viewed by hundreds of thousands in Northeast Indiana.
Support Summit City Sports. Become a sponsor. Join our winning team today.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it
They
down.
attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And look at his cross.
Shot hits the post. And the center feed to Luke Gibbs for shot, scores!
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA.
We are back, folks. The shot clock has been reset to 21 seconds as the inbounds pass goes to Demarius Smith. Smith's being guarded by Darren Montgomery, 6'2" guard, 25 years old. Now it's Smith. Nice pass out to Williams. Three-pointers off the mark. Good job. Marcus Bowens tracking down the rebound. Three-point attempt. That time no good by McFadden as William McClure picks it up for the Blaze. Indianapolis trying to get that elusive first Central Basketball Association championship as McClure goes up strong and muscles it in for his second bucket of the game. Blaze up 14-12. 15-12. So it looks like the shot clock, every time they reset it, it goes back to 21. So we'll get that figured out here at Riverside. Middle Tennessee, they have been Central Basketball Association champions. I believe that was in 2014. Bowling Green in 2015 and 2013, the St. Louis Hawks. The coach of the Middle Tennessee Storm, Carlin Alford. He'll bring with him Miles Thrash, George Stanberry. Miles Thrash just been a fixture, one of the top scorers in CBA history. I believe Miles Thrash is the all-time leading scorer in the CBA. But in that 2014 season, the Memphis Rail Runners had an 8-2 record in the regular season. The Flite 6-4, Middle Tennessee 6-4, and Bowling Green at 5-5. Again with the Storm taking the championship. Good hesitation dribble there, Demarius Smith. Catch and shoot just left short by Bowens. Pushing it now for the Blades. That's Darrell Walker, number 4. Good movement around the perimeter. Montgomery down low finds Bibbs. He's double teamed. Good job splitting defenders, but coughing it up is Joe Reddick. 3-point attempt. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Durante Clark. His first triple of the game. We are tied at 15. Clark now with 3 points. Bibbs being guarded by Marcus Gray, 6', 3-inch guard, 23 years old. Now it's Smith. Another three-pointer back-to-back for Durante Clark. He now has 6 points. Bowling Green taking the lead, 18-15. Clark starting to get hot. In the regular season, a 32% shooter from three-point land, hitting 20 of 63. He played in 7 of 8 regular season games for the Hornets. And we got a foul going to go against Bowling Green. Blocking foul called on number 2, Dejon Williams. That'd be his first. Heading to the free throw line, Darrell Walker, his second trip. Walker currently with 6 points. Once again, entering today a 71% free throw shooter, hitting 17 of 24 in the regular season. First one's no good. Checking in for the Hornets, Andre Dickerson. For the Blades, number 6, Erin Worthington. Worthington goes 6'7", 27-year-old forward. Second free throw is good. So Walker is now 2 of 4 from the free throw line, pulls his team to within 2. 15 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Nice pressure by Montgomery. Durante Clark, who's hit his last 2 3-pointers, can't get the shot off. Nice shot fake. 3-point attempt, no good for Dejon Williams. And that will do it for the first quarter, with the Hornets leading it 18-16 over the host, Indianapolis Blades. We'll be right back with more CBA basketball.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Carl.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back, everyone. I want to take a look here at Durante Clark. Caught fire there towards the end of the first quarter, hitting back-to-back three-pointers. That one there with Darren Montgomery on his hip. Clark with 6 points there in the first quarter. So here to start the second quarter, bringing it up to John Williams. Nice strong take once again, Clark. Clark now with 8 points in this game. That's a new game high. Montgomery did not score in the first quarter. Number 2, 3-point attempt out of the corner is good. As the Blaze take the lead 19-18 after the Darren Montgomery three-pointer. Montgomery entering today 22 of 44 from beyond the arc, shooting 50% from three-point land. Bowling Green up 20-19. The floater in the lane will not rim in for Mark Gray, excuse me. Bibbs. Once again, Bowling Green in this zone defense, been in all game long. And a foul going to be called on the floor, and it goes against number 9, Marcus Bowens. That'll be his first, team's third. So possession arrow in favor of the Blaze. That's Joe Reddick. Catch and shoot. Montgomery three-pointer looking for back-to-back. Cannot get it to fall. That's Monty Burney bringing it up here for the Hornets. Nice feed down low. Durante Clark cannot get the lay-in to fall. Clark underneath the backboard had to pop out for the attempt. Folks, my name is Jeff Mahoney with Summit City Sports out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. On camera, we have Balin Height. Height, who covered the semifinals and championship last year for the Central Basketball Association as well. That three-pointer by Reddick's no good. Good rebound by Smith. Bowling Green pushing the tempo here. That was 1-on-3. Huge block, but the putback is good. That was Monty Burney. We'll have to take another look at that play. A lot going on there. In that sequence, spin move in the lane. And the bucket will not fall. We got a foul going to go against Bowling Green. That was Darrell Walker with the drive. Demarius Smith going to be called with the foul, so that's going to be Bowling Green's fourth. So per the CBA rules, team goes to the bonus after 4 fouls. Walker once again at the free throw line. He's had no problem getting there. This will be his 6th free throw attempt. That one's no good. Strong rebound by Dickerson. 22-19, Bowling Green on top. Bowling Green looking for their second ever CBA championship. Durante Clark has been getting it done. He's going to be fouled by Shawn Howard. That'll be his first, team's second. So Clark heads to the free throw line. He currently has 8 points in this game. Had 2 3-pointers in the first half. Clark is 70% free throw shooter, hitting 7 of 10 on the season. Hits the first to extend his team's lead to 4 points. Second one's good as well as it rims in. 5-point advantage, largest lead of the game here for Bowling Green. Dribble drive cut off. That was Darrell Walker for the Blaze. Hopkins looking to go off glass, no good. And a foul on the rebound. It goes against number 6, Erin Worthington, his first, team's third. Burney over the timeline. Picking up Burney is Walker. Nice pick. As the kick out goes to Dickerson. 3 points, no good. Strong rebound by Worthington. Walker looking in the corner for Hopkins. Hopkins wants him to go up top. He'll get it back. 3-point attempt by Walker, left short. Nice rebound by McFadden, but we got another foul. Looks like that goes against number 2. Maybe it's number 3, Demarius Smith. Either way, Bowling Green picks up another foul. I've now got Bowling Green with 5 team fouls. Hopkins working against Burney. Those are 2 of the top offensive players in the CBA. As Dickerson with the board. As Smith brings it up for Bowling Green. .6:22 remaining here in the second quarter. Good ball fake. He was cut off by number 5, Shawn Howard. 3-point attempt by Clark's no good. And last touched by the Blaze. That'll be out on Worthington. Possession back to Bowling Green. Once again, the head coach for the Blaze, Philip Washington. Nathan Thompson, head coach for the Hornets. In the Central Basketball Association, we wear Under Armour jerseys. Smith with the blow-by. And big block, but the foul's going to go against Worthington, his second. So heading to the free throw line, it's Roy McFadden. McFadden with 5 points there in the first quarter. Roy, a 56% free throw shooter on the season, hitting 14 of 25. He averages 15 points per game. In 7 games during the regular season, he scored 106 points. First free throw attempt is good by the Hornets. Bowling Green as a team now, perfect 4 of 4 from the charity stripe, where the Blaze are 2 of 6. Second's good as well. McFadden now with 7 points as the Hornets up by 7. Howard back to Hopkins. Montgomery out of the corner. Krishan left-hand dribble drive was cut off. He'll get the ball back. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Montgomery catch and shoot triple, no good. Monty Burney with the rebound. He'll push it up to Durante Clark. Montgomery's there with the defense. Clark cannot get it to fall. Possession to Indianapolis. Once again, game number 2 will feature the 3-time defending CBA champion, Fort Wayne Flite. Excuse me, we got a timeout there called by the Blaze here with 5:31. We're going to take a look once again at the block and putback that we saw earlier here in the second quarter. It's Bowling Green with the board, quickly pushing it as they have been all game. Durante Clark, nice pass down low. You see 1-on-3, but Monty Burney was right there with the putback. So strong play there by the Bowling Green Hornets, who lead it 26-19. Talked about Durante Clark and how he caught fire. Back-to-back three-pointers there in the first quarter. This is the first one that he hit. Pretty much the same spot. He was left all alone there on the wing. We'll pull it back and see it one more time. Durante Clark proving you cannot leave him open. A 32% three-point shooter on the season, hitting 20 of 63 three-point attempts. 5:31 remaining here in the second. 26-19, Hopkins over the timeline. Krishan with just 2 points there in the first quarter. Entering today with a team high 21 points per game. He'll pick and choose his time to get hot. Three-point attempt. That one, right rim's no good for Shawn Howard. Shawn Howard entering today a 45% three-point shooter, hitting 14 of 31. He's shooting 92% from the free throw line, hitting 12 of 13. Foul going to go against Tyler Bibbs as Demarius Smith was looking for some breathing room. Bibbs, that'll be his first. Got to inbound it for Bowling Green is Smith. Demarius Smith from Austin Peay State University out of Clarksville, Tennessee. The 6'2", 190-pound guard, just 28 years old. Feels like these guys should be a little bit older. They are veterans in the league. Dronte Clark, another strong take. And there with the putback, Andre Dickerson, his 6th point of the game. Dickerson, 28-year-old, 6'4", 190-pound, went to Chesapeake College out of Seaford, Delaware. Tyler Bibbs. That was rebounded by McFadden. Nice lead. And that one turned over by Dejon Williams. Williams, a 25-year-old, 5'8", 180 pounds from Martin Methodist College out of Bronx, New York. McClure, nice feed. Walker was looking for Hopkins. And that ball last touched off the right foot. Demarius Smith. 4:13 remaining here in the second quarter. It's Bowling Green up 28-19. Three-point attempt is good. Number 4, Darrell Walker, his second three-pointer of the game. Blaze down by 6. Good defense by Walker, trying to stay in front of Clark. Clark going to be called with the travel. Joe Reddick going to check in for Walker. Walker does not want to leave. He's starting to feel it here for Indianapolis. Reddick on the far wing, being guarded by Williams. Reddick with a big size advantage there, going 6'4". Got an 8-inch advantage there over Williams. Clark has had no problem driving to the cup. Another turnover there by Bowling Green. In transition, the outlet finds Darren Montgomery, his 5th point of the game. That'll pull the Blaze to within 4. Smith, no problem getting past Reddick. Good help defense there by McClure. Another block by McClure as Hopkins brings it down. Reddick finds Montgomery, baseline drive, and he will be fouled. It's going to go against Roy McFadden. That'll be his first. How about that block by William McClure? Let's take a look at it, folks. McClure on the defensive end with the help D. Right there, get it out of here. Is at the free throw line is Montgomery. The first one is good. Darren entering today, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. That's his first make of the season, averaging 14 points per game. 3-point advantage here for the Hornets, up 28-25. Second one good as well. Montgomery out of Salem International University, hometowns Indianapolis. That'll pull his squad to within 2. Montgomery now with 7 points in this game. The big man Bowens working against the big man McClure, coughs it up. Bibbs bringing it the other direction. No look, finds Hopkins. And we got goaltending, or is that a foul? Hopkins wants the bucket to be good. Looks like that foul's going to go against Demarius Smith. Hopkins to shoot his first free throw of the game, as the first one rims in. That's his third point of the game. Krishan, a 70% free throw shooter, hitting 40 of 57 during the regular season. He can tie it up here with this next free throw. And he will. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Calm, cool, and collected is Krishan Hopkins as we got a timeout. Going to be taken by Bowling Green coach Nathan Wilhite. His squad losing the lead there. We are tied at 28. Early on in the first quarter, it was the nice take by Hopkins. We'll take one more look at it. Good ball movement by the Blaze. The kick out goes back to Krishan with the blow by and the lay-in. That was his first bucket of the game. He currently has 4 points. Back to the action, 2:25 remaining here in the first half of game number 1. Central Basketball Association semifinals. Krishan Hopkins comes up with a loose ball. That was Bernie that turned it over, and he is hurt, folks. Hopkins with the easy deuce to give his team the lead. Huge sequence there. Monty Bernie holding his right shoulder. Dronte Clark gets away from Hopkins. That's Mark Gray out of the corner. The big man. And blocking foul going to be called on William McClure. McClure can't believe it. Marcus Bowen's going to head to the charity stripe to shoot 2. Marcus Bowens averaging 9.1 points per game, a 44% shooter from the field, 58% shooter from the free throw line, hitting 7 of 12 entering today. First one is good. Folks, if you are going to do an all-time CBA basketball team, hard to keep Krishan Hopkins off that squad. One of the top performers in this league. He's been with the Blaze every single season. Second one's no good. For Bowens, his team down by 1. And we had a collision there at midcourt. That was McClure along with Mark Gray. Both guys get up. 1:46 remaining with the Blaze, the home squad, up by 1. Big shout out to Tara Reed, the owner of the Blaze. She owns Blaze Entertainment here in Indianapolis. Blaze Sports and Entertainment, putting on our semifinals and championship here. And Wasim Murad, the owner of the Central Basketball Association. Hopkins tightly guarded there by Williams. Reddick for 3. Long three-pointer, Joe Reddick. That'll give the Blaze the 3-point advantage. For Reddick, that's his first 3 points of the game. Now a turnover for Bowling Green. That was Demarius Smith. Blaze on the other end, getting right back to it. Montgomery misses the triple. Williams bringing it up for Bowling Green. He's trapped 1-on-3. And Tyler Bibbs looking for a jump ball. He's going to get it. Possession arrow in favor of the Blades. Bibbs, who started off his collegiate career playing football at the University of St. Francis in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Bibbs, I believe he's out of Lawrence North High School. Got to double check that one. Dribble drive, kick out. It's going to be stolen by Durante Clark. That was Walker on the pass attempt. Fade away. And it falls for Andre Dickerson. His 8th point of the game. He'll look for the and one. Tyler Bibbs, an ultra-athletic small forward. Just imagine him at 6'6", playing wide receiver. He was dynamic. So Dickerson now at the charity stripe. An 18% free throw shooter on the season, hitting 2 of 11. Andre Dickerson did play in all 8 games here for Bowling Green, while averaging 9.1 points per game. Looking for the and one conversion. No good. Bibbs goes up to get the board. Walker. Bibbs top of the key, goes back to Walker. Nice defense by Williams staying in front of him. DeJon Williams with the quick feet. And now the blow by, looking for the lay-in. DeJon Williams, his first 2 points of the game. Folks, we are tied at 33. Apologize about the lateness there on the scoreboard. But there's 19 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Ten seconds. 3-point attempt, and it falls! Joe Reddick, his second 3-pointer here in the second quarter. And it's going to be the Blaze heading into the break up 36-33 here at Riverside High School. Folks, we'll take a break. We'll be right back with you with more Central Basketball Association action.
A running play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business. It's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish, that we can produce our broadcast viewed by hundreds of thousands in Northeast Indiana.
Support Summit City Sports. Become a sponsor. Join our winning team today.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cole.
Shot hits the post. And the center feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Folks, in the first half, we'll go over the scoring. Shawn Hopkins with 6 points. Darren Montgomery with 7. Darrell Walker with 10. Sean Howard with 3. William McClure with 4. And Joe Reddick with 6 points. That's for your Indianapolis Blades, who lead at 36-33. For Bowling Green, Monty Burney with 5 points. DeJohn Williams with 2. Durante Clark had 10 points. Andre Dickerson with 8. Marcus Bowens with 1. Roy McFadden with 7. We'll take another look at Joe Reddick there to end the first half. Reddick, once again, who enters today, averaging 9.3 points per game with a hand in his face, knocks it down. Not even DeJohn Williams could contest the triple try. Go over a few more of the key plays here in the first half. Bowling Green continued to put the pressure on. And check out this fadeaway jumper here by Andre Dickerson. Dickerson, 4 points in the first quarter, 4 points in the second quarter. That one was rim friendly. That one actually tied it up for his squad. Reddick once again, this time with a spot-up three-point. You see Reddick on the left side of your screen, just off screen right now, comes in. Had way too much space there for the deep three-pointer from 25 feet out. Once again, Reddick had 2 3-pointers there in the second quarter. He has 6 points in this game. Now, Monty Burney did get hurt on this play. You see him come in at the bottom of your screen. There's Burney with the ball. William McClure knocks it away, picked up by Hopkins. He's going to go the distance with it with the lay-in. Once again, folks, Shawn Hopkins is solid. Folks, we're going to do a little mute here with the music so we don't get copyrighted. We will be back with more CBA basketball action here shortly. Welcome back, everybody. We are just 1 minute and 15 seconds away from the start of the second half. It's the Blaze up 36-33. Bowling Green needs a little bit more of that from Durante Clark. 6'3" guard, 27-year-old. Clark had 2 triples in the first half. A perfect 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Clark with 10 points to lead Bowling Green. Darrell Walker leads Indianapolis with 10 points. Walker 2 for 6 from the free throw line as well. Remember, folks, game number 2 will feature the 3-time CBA champion Fort Wayne Flite. Owner Benny Lewis walking in front of us right now. They will take on the Middle Tennessee Storm, the 2014 CBA champions. Seems like such a long time ago. For the Blaze, your starters, Shawn Hopkins, Darrell Walker, Shawn Howard, Erin Worthington, William McClure to start this game. Bowling Green, Monty Burney, Demarius Smith, Durante Clark, Andre Dickerson, Roy McFadden. So here in the third quarter, it's going to be Demarius Smith. Smith, who did not score there in the first half. It's pretty surprising. He's a CBA vet, savvy basketball player. Like I said, I remember last year in the championship game, it might have been White for the Blaze who hadn't scored and then just went crazy in the fourth quarter. That game, once again, going to double overtime. Shawn Hopkins takes the feed behind the back. Oh, so pretty to Darrell Walker, his game high 14th point. Hopkins continues to get it done as Burney cannot hit the three-pointer. His team currently down by 5. Hopkins, strong take there for Worthington, cannot fall. Smith gets around Hopkins. Hopkins looking to tap from behind. Beautiful feed. That was Andre Dickerson, his 10th point of the game. Bowling Green now down by 3. That was the deficit at halftime after Joe Reddick, with just seconds remaining on the clock, drilled his second three-pointer of the game for the Blaze. Hopkins. All alone there, the mid-range jumper. Darrell Walker has all 4 points for the Blaze here in the third quarter, 40-35. Smith running point for the Hornets. Durante Clark, if he doesn't have that look at the three-point line, he'll dribble drive on you. Dickerson, his 4th point here in the third quarter. So we've had 2 players score so far in the second half. Feed down low, Worthington, nice find. Darrell Walker is feeling it. 6 points all here in the third quarter. Coming up from the baseline, Burney. And just inside the arc, Roy McFadden, step back, fade away. Nothing but the bottom of the net. McFadden making the Kobe Bryant fadeaway look pretty. Worthington steps back behind the arc. Hopkins coughs it up. Smith comes up with it. Now in transition, Burney looking to finish. A little bit too strong to the cup, but Smith is there for his first 2 points of the game. For Demarius Smith, that'll pull his squad to within one, down 42-41. Hopkins, Worthington down low, gets around Durante Clark. Nice move by Erin Worthington. His first 2 points of the game. Blaze back up by 3, 44-41. Burney finds the pocket. McClure can knock it out on him. McFadden nearly knocked that away from Worthington, who comes down with the board. Howard, Walker. McClure gets caught up in the lane. They'll call a travel. Turnover by the Blades. Each team here gets 3 timeouts in the second half. Smith calling Dickerson up from the baseline. Dickerson sitting at 15. Nice bounce pass. Burney had to track it down. Now in the opposite corner with the dribble drive baseline. Foul going to be called on the floor. I think that foul was against Shawn Howard, number 5. That'll be his second for the Blaze. Once again, Indianapolis Blaze coached by Philip Washington. Washington's led them to 3 straight regular season championships. Catch and shoot. There with the putback, Roy McFadden going up and getting it for the Hornets. Roy McFadden with some serious hops there. 28-year-old, 6 foot 6 inches tall. Worthington looking for a skip pass, gives it up to Howard. Three-point attempt, Walker. That one left short. Dickerson went up to get it. Walker made 2 3-pointers there in the first half. The bucket is good by Demarius Smith, and he'll head to the free throw line looking for the and one. I believe that's another foul going to go against Howard. So Demarius Smith, who did not have a point there in the first half, now has 4. And it's Bowling Green up 45-44. This is going to make it a 2-point advantage. Demarius Smith knocks it home. Bowling Green looking to steal one here on the road at Riverside High School. Smith entering today 10 of 26 from the charity stripe, shooting 39%. Walker. And blocking foul going to be called against Roy McFadden. McFadden, that'll be his second. Not a whole lot of fouls called in the first half. Game moving at a nice pace. We are 1 hour and 8 minutes into it here in the third quarter. Howard and Walker in the backcourt. Hopkins out of the corner. Baseline kick out. Nice ball movement over to Walker. Walker 1-on-3, lobs it up for McClure. Turnover by the Blaze. Nearly halfway into the third quarter. Bowling Green up 46-44. Burney. Kind of an awkward shot there. Looks like his foot got tied up underneath him. Hopkins against Smith. He'll have his shot blocked by Dickerson. Now it's Dickerson on the run. Burney, will they finish? Nice defense by McClure, but McFadden with the putback. Crazy sequence. Roy McFadden now with 11 points in this game. 1 point behind Dickerson for a team high. Howard's three-pointer off the mark. Burney pushes it up to Smith. Nice Euro in the lane. And I think they're going to call a foul on McClure from behind. McClure, that'll be his second. Heading back to the charity stripe will be Demarius Smith. Smith 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Again, entering today, just 26 free throw attempts on the season. hitting 10 of 26. First one falls short. Dickerson and Bernie going to check out of the game. DeJohn Williams along with Marcus Bowens back in for Bowling Green. Big Marcus Bowens, the 29-year-old, 6'5", 240 pounds from Bethel University out of Nashville, Tennessee. Bethel, an NAIA school. Second one is good by Smith. Smith 2 for 3 now from the free throw line. His team up by 5, 49-44. Walker, far wing. On the block, William McClure. Dickerson, well, that was McFadden with the late help. And that bucket's good by number 7, Tyler Bibbs. Bibbs picking up his first 2 points of the game. On the other end, the three-pointer. Knocked down by Bowling Green's DeJohn Williams. His 5th point of the game. Bibbs finds Walker. And McFadden picking up the loose ball. Turnover by the Blaze. And this time a reach-in foul going to go against Hopkins. His second. 52-46 is your score. Three and a half remaining in the third quarter. Three-pointer, Dronte Clark, no good. That time that ball fell right into the lap of Marcus Bowens, just a little quicker than he might have liked. Checking in is going to be Darren Montgomery for the Blaze, along with Joe Reddick. Reddick, who had that three-pointer right before the half to give his squad a three-point advantage. 52-46. Hopkins looking for Reddick, had it tipped away by DeJohn Williams. It'll be Hopkins now to inbound it. For Shawn Hopkins, once again, 28 years old here in the Central Basketball Association. And that's going to be a foul by Clark. That time was actually Clark, the defender, who kind of lowered the shoulder. For Dronte Clark, that'd be his first foul of the game. Bowling Green out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. They pull a lot of players out of the Nashville area as well. Reddick looking to inbound it, finds Hopkins. Montgomery back to Krishan. Nice feed down low, McClure. McClure doing a great job using his body to shield McFadden. Cannot get it to fall with the left, and he'll head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. McClure, who had 4 points in the first quarter, looking for point number 5. William entering today averaging 9.3 points per game while shooting 33% from the free throw line, hitting 3 of 9. Only 9 attempts on the season for McClure in 5 games. As physical of a player as he is, all the work he does on the block, you'd expect him probably to have more than 9 attempts. Once again, playing 5 out of 8 regular season games for the Blaze. First attempt is a miss for big William McClure. Second one no good as well, as Clark comes up with the board. Montgomery, or excuse me, that was DeJohn Williams, back to DeBarius Smith, looking to go off glass. The putback is in for Marcus Bowens. Bowens' 3rd point of the game. That's his first field goal of the game. LaDronte Clark falling into the stands there. Got some little kids, little baby there. Clark was well aware of the situation. Reddick 4-3, looking for number 3, and gets it. That'll pull the Blaze to within 5 on Reddick's third 3 of the game. We're going to bring that baby up in the stands where he's a little bit more secure. Smith, fade away on the spin. That was left short. Nearly put back there by Dickerson. We're going the other way with the Blaze. Reddick with some fancy dribbling finds Bibbs all alone out of the corner for 3. Tyler Bibbs and the Blaze now just down by 2. Bibbs now with 5 points, all coming here in the third quarter. Near travel there. They're going to say that Williams kept his left pivot foot. Looked that way to me as well. Bibbs going to come out with the ball. It's 1-on-2. Tyler Bibbs goes straight to the cup. That time it won't fall as he took Marcus Bowens 1-on-1. Bowens was sitting on the block. Bowens might be the most stout player in this game. He looks like he'd be a nice sized defensive tackle on the football field. So Dickerson's pass going to be stolen by the Blaze. Reddick weaving through traffic. 15-foot jumper is good for Joe Reddick. Reddick now with 11 points for the Blaze. We are tied at 54. Just 36 seconds remaining. Tied at 54. So after all the confusion here, it's going to be Demarius Smith at the free throw line. I believe they're going to call Reddick with the foul. Smith currently 2 of 3. Now 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. Erin Worthington back in the game. McClure going to take a breather. Worthington's going to win the award for best gear. The second attempt by Smith is good. That'll give Bowling Green back the lead at 55-54. Just 29 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Hopkins now 20 seconds. We got about a 4-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Reddick back to Hopkins, 7-6 on the shot. And that'll go through the hands of Bibbs. That'll be a turnover by the Blaze. 9 seconds remains here for Bowling Green. Dejon Williams. 3, 2, Williams kick out. 3-point attempt at the buzzer. Left short by Mark Gray. That will do it for the third quarter. Bowling Green up 55-54. We'll take a break and be right back with you. More Central Basketball Association semifinal basketball action coming up shortly.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back, folks, here to start the fourth quarter. Bowling Green up by 1 with the possession arrow in favor of the Hornets. Bowling Green outscoring Indianapolis 22-18 there in the third quarter. But Joe Reddick continues to get it done for the Blades. That'll give Indianapolis back the lead, 57-55. Reddick now with 4 3-pointers made in this game. So far, your player of the game for the Blades. On the other end, a 3-pointer by Dejon Williams. Williams has 2 3-pointers made, 1 in the third, 1 now in the fourth. Hopkins gets right past Gray. Cannot hit with the right, but he's fouled, so the putback will not count by Erin Worthington. Hopkins to shoot a pair. Shawn Hopkins nearly automatic from the free throw line. He's a perfect 2 of 2 in this game. And we are tied at 58. For Hopkins, that's his 7th point of the game. But don't sleep on Krishan. He'll put up 12 in a hurry on you. Second one good as well. Blaze take back the lead at 59-58. John Williams back to Dronte Clark. Clark's been quiet since that great first quarter. Bibbs comes down with the board for the Blaze. Still Dronte Clark sitting with 10 points. Joe Reddick continues to knock him down, his 5th 3-pointer of the game. 62-58. Joe Reddick, 2 3-pointers made in the fourth, 1 in the third, 2 in the second quarter, including 1 right before the buzzer to bring us into halftime. It'll be Demarius Smith to inbound it for Bowling Green. Joe Reddick out of the University of Indianapolis, went to Fishers High School. Roy McFadden for the Hornets. Hopkins, Reddick, catch and shoot. That one just left short, track down. And McFadden on the other end, went up high. Worthington with the board. Excuse me, folks, that last bucket was by Marcus Bowens and not Roy McFadden. Tyler Bibbs with the bucket, looking for the and one. Bibbs with the right hand go in reverse. Tyler now with 7 points in this game. Bibbs during the regular season a 67% free throw shooter, hitting 12 of 18. Boom. Tyler Bibbs actually started his Central Basketball Association career with the Fort Wayne Flite. Actually, the Flite have got, throughout their history, have had a number of fantastic players from the Indianapolis area. Second bucket by Marcus Bowens here in the fourth. He now has 7 in the game. The big man, Marcus Bowens. 65-62 your score. Reddick misses his second straight. Hopkins with the rebound and bucket. And then Bibbs with the steal. Momo's in favor of the Indianapolis Blades. Hopkins now hitting double digits. He's got 10 points. Worthington working against McFadden. Nice lead for Hopkins, looking to go straight to the cup. Bowen straight up with it. McClure nearly had a two-hand slam. DeJon Williams. Demarius Smith McFadden. Now it's Monty Burney. Blaze looking for a travel there as you heard the squeak of the sneaker. Big time three-pointer for Marcus Bowens, who's been on fire. 7 points all here in the fourth quarter. Call that the cha-cha. And it did work for Monty Burney. No whistle, no foul. Hopkins. Bibbs all alone out of the corner. Three-pointer off the heel. Burney with the board. 6:30 remaining. Just a 2-point game here. Blaze up by 2. Smith, skip pass. That's going to be stolen by Hopkins, and he's fouled from behind. DeJon Williams picks up his second. What a way to start the 2019 postseason for the Central Basketball Association. These two fantastic squads, Indianapolis a number 1 seed, Bowling Green a number 4 seed, but just 1 win, 1 loss separates these two teams. Blaze coming in 6-2, Bowling Green at 5-3. Another turnover by the Blaze as Burney's going to bring it up. Burney picked up right away by Darrell Walker, and it'll be Walker called with the foul. Walker, he'll be his first of the game. Shawn Williams now to inbound it for the Hornets. McFadden coming up to set a pick. Walker felt it. Dropped down to the three-point line. Burney looking for a dribble drive. Pulls up from 14. Banks open. We're tied at 67. Monty Burney, his 7th point of the game. Hopkins, no look to McClure. And they're going to call the charge on the big man. Great job by Andre Dickerson getting his feet set there in the lane. For McClure, that'll be his 3rd foul. Folks, we're tied at 67. Approaching the halfway point here in the fourth quarter. And somebody's getting teed up for the Blaze. Burney's at the free throw line. I'm not sure who that was called on. Either way, not a good situation for the Blaze, tied at 67. It's Burney to shoot 2. For Monty, this is his first trip to the free throw line. The first one's no good. And he'll shoot just 1. He's a 74% free throw shooter, 36 of 49 entering today's contest. It'll be Williams to inbound it. Burney being guarded by Walker, pulls up, three-pointer! Nothing but the back of the iron for Monty Burney. His squad now up by 3. That's a huge triple for Monty Burney, averaging 28 points per game, which is second best in the CBA. Step back, Walker just inside the arc. The tip is picked up by Burney. Looks like he nearly got ran over there by Worthington. Worthington's a big man. Williams, that'll be kicked by Reddick. It looked like Reddick was about to kick a field goal. Entering the game, Clark, along with Demarius Smith. Bowling Green 70, Blaze 67. Timeout going to be called by Coach Nathan Thompson and the Bowling Green Hornets. Tied at 67. How about Monty Burney? Check it out, folks. Tightly guarded right there by Walker. Burney had about 2 feet of space and just rose up. His first three-pointer made in this game. Monty Burney currently with 10 points. Once again, folks, after the conclusion of this game, we'll have a short break. We'll shut down this broadcast and be right back up with the Fort Wayne Flite, the number 3 seed, taking on Middle Tennessee, the number 2 seed. Middle Tennessee 6-2 in the regular season. The Fort Wayne Flite 5-3. Once again, the Jackson Eagles, also with a 5-3 record, were left out of the CBA playoffs due to tiebreaker rules. Burney, once again, working against Walker. This time he'll rise up with a mid-range. Nice save by Dickerson, but it goes right to Walker. Walker wisely gets it over to Shawn Howard. As he had Hornets all around him. Krishan, 4-3 out of the corner. That one left short. Last touch by Smith, I thought. They're going to say that was off the Blaze. So Durante Clark to inbound it to Burney. 4:19 and counting here at Riverside High School on the west side of Indy. Clark being guarded by Howard. Smith top the key. Draws the body of Hopkins. Hopkins knocks it away. Burney picks up the loose ball and drains the triple. 6-point advantage for Bowling Green. Back-to-back threes for Monty Burney. Burney picking a good time to heat up. You can see now why he is the second leading scorer in the CBA. Third leading scorer, Rashawn Ellis from Memphis. Marquise Powell from Baltimore. Miles Thrash from Nashville, averaging 25 points per game. We're hoping to see him in game number 2. Miles Thrash, a living legend here in the CBA. Miles Thrash, probably the all-time great in the CBA. Antonio Cannon might have something to say for that as Reddick knocks it down. Another three-pointer for Joe Reddick to pull his squad to within 3. Joe Reddick has 3 three-pointers made all here in the fourth quarter. 6 three-pointers in this game. Your Blaze MVP. Burney looking to stay hot. Side rim's no good to Hopkins. Hopkins looking for Bibbs. Just goes right behind him. A costly turnover here for Indianapolis. Bowling Green up 73-70. It's Monty Burney to inbound it for Bowling Green. Smith working against Reddick. Smith over the timeline. Catch and shoot. Dickerson, left rim's no good. Rebounded by Bibbs. Bibbs so graceful in the air. Howard. Clark with the defense. Good pick by McClure. Reddick for three. That one just left short. Loose ball picked up by Bibbs in the fourth. Hopkins left all alone with the blow by. Foul going to be called on Roy McFadden. I do believe number 11 for Bowling Green. Yes, it is. For Roy, that'll be his third. Shawn Hopkins set that one up beautifully. First free throw attempt is good. Hopkins now a perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Mr. Automatic. Second one rims in for Hopkins. That'll pull his team to within one, 73-72. Smith bringing it up for BG. Middle Tennessee in the house. And a charge going to go against Smith, lowering the shoulder. He is asking for some help from his teammates. This is a time to stick together. Monty Burney, one of the reasons why Bowling Green was able to extend that lead. Burney's got 8 points in the fourth quarter alone, 13 in this game. McClure going to go into the BG huddle over there. Get some intel. So it's going to be Bibbs, the inbounder here, 2-11. Just a 1 point game, and it's the guest, the Bowling Green Hornets, with the lead. Hopkins just off the heel. Smith with the board. Dronte Clark, the wing three-pointer. They're going to call that a 2. Foot on the line by Clark. His team's up by 3. Clark's first 2 points here in the second half. He has 12 for the Hornets. Foul going to go against Bowling Green. Hopkins back at the free throw line. If you're Bowling Green, that's exactly who you do not want at the charity stripe. Hopkins currently 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Make it 7-7. Krishan with 13 points. 7 of those in the second half. Does not have a three-pointer in this game, but is a perfect 8 of 8 now from the free throw line. Bowling Green up by 1, 75-74. Smith will get picked up by Hopkins right at half court. Burney looking for a dribble drive. Good defense by Walker. Loose ball. Burney coughs it up to Reddick. Now it's Joe. 1-on-2, splits defenders. Lay-in does not fall. And last touch by Bowling Green. It's going to be Reddick. Joe Reddick to inbound it. Walker now with 124. Darrell Walker sitting with 16 points for the Blades. Reddick's three-point attempt. Demarius Smith not liking the call. And folks, I'm going to show you what he's talking about. Smith did his best not to run into him, ended up holding him. Let's take a look at the replay. Demarius Smith, though, folks, not happy at all. Reddick, and they're saying Smith got into his landing zone. How much have we heard about that in the NBA playoffs? If you haven't heard about it, you haven't been listening to the Houston Rockets post-game interviews. James Harden tell you all about it. But that time, Reddick went straight up. Smith impeded his space. That's a foul. So the first free throw is good by Joe Reddick. He's got 2 more. For Reddick, now 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Second one's no good. Tied at 75. Third free throw attempt coming up. Joe Reddick, who's been fantastic in this game, hits the second or the third to give his team the lead at 76-75. And we got a timeout called by Coach Philip Washington and the Indianapolis Blades. That was a tough call there on Demarius Smith, but I got to say it was the right call. Talked about what Monte Burney's been able to do here for Bowling Green. 5 points at halftime, 0 in the third, but in the fourth quarter, been lights out. Burney currently sitting with 13 points for Bowling Green. At times, Bowling Green has lost their composure with a few defensive breakdowns. Now down by 1, 76-75. At one point, Bowling Green, after that three-pointer, was up 73-67. So being outscored 9-2 here in the last 3 minutes by the Blaze, who lead it by 1. 112 and counting. Walker with the defense on Burney. Walker's been playing great defense. McFadden. And a charging call going to be called on number 11, Roy McFadden, his 4th. So the shot clock's going to have to reset to 24. So we got 3 possessions left in this game. Unless an offensive rebound occurs, at least 3 possessions. Philip Washington cool on the sideline for the Blaze. Like I said, 3 years coaching with Indianapolis, 3 regular season championships. But the postseason championship has escaped him. Smith with the defense on Shawn Hopkins. Bibbs looking for the pick. Reddick here on the near wing. Bibbs now out of the corner. They're going to milk this clock as much as they can. And was that Bibbs stepping on the sideline to turn it over? Turnover by the Blaze, 39 seconds remaining. 2 possession game, or 2 possessions remaining. Smith finds Dronte Clark. Clark hasn't hit a 3 since the first. Burney in the lane, looking for the spin move. Has it ripped away by Reddick. Pushes it to Hopkins. The pass just a little bit too far out in front. Clark for 3, left short. McClure and Reddick both go up for it. 10 seconds remaining. And we got a timeout. Now I believe that's going to be a foul called on Bowling Green. So Blaze in the bonus. Going to send William McClure, I believe, to the free throw line. And Bowling Green coach Nathan Thompson going to have to call a timeout. Monty Burney, not only the 2 3-pointers. Here's his first make from the field in the fourth quarter. Behind the back from 15 off glass. Monty Burney ties it up at 67, hits the next 2 3-pointers. Bowling Green was up 73-67. But since then, it's been the Blaze. You see Shawn Hopkins right there in the middle of that huddle. And there's Coach Philip Washington, always looking dapper. Once again, we are at Riverside High School, the home of the Indianapolis Blades here for the 2019 season. Again, 3-time defending CBA champion Fort Wayne Flite getting ready to take on the number 2 seed Middle Tennessee Storm. Flite a number 3 seed, and that's Reddick who hits the first free throw. Joe Reddick now 3 for 4 from the free throw line. His team now up by 2. Second's good as well. And now we got a timeout once again by Bowling Green. That'll be their last timeout here in the second half. Joe Reddick now with 24 points, a game high 24. We called that he was going to be the MVP. And I do believe he will be. Knocking them both down cool from the free throw line. Remember what started this run here was the foul on Demarius Smith. We saw that earlier. That was the foul that changed this game. Bowling Green was sitting with a 1-point lead there. Smith hit 2 of the 3 3-pointers. Inbounds pass results in a turnover. 10 seconds remaining. Ouch. I'm not sure what happened there. Smith, some miscommunication. Looks like he was looking for Durante Clark. Folks, we'll take one quick look at it. That's Smith on the inbounds. See Clark coming up. And he pretty much had no chance of hawking down that ball. Hopkins going to be fouled by Burney. Once again, fouling Shawn Hopkins pretty much results in 2. Hopkins sitting with 14 points is a perfect 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Looks like they're going to send Reddick to the free throw line. Joe, who's hit his last three free throws, misses that one. So that was on a one and that was on the intentional. So now Hopkins will shoot two. We got a referee timeout. Monty Burney's going to have to get checked out of this game. Not sure if he has a cut. That was a technical on Burney. A nice fourth quarter by Monty Burney. I think Bowling Green has cashed it in down by 3 here. Still 8 seconds remaining. Second one's good for Reddick. Now it's Hopkins. This will be free throw number 9 and 10 in this game. It's good. Blaze up now, 81-75. Demarius Smith three-pointer's good, but that's going to be too little, too late, as the Indianapolis Blades will advance with the win. 81-78 is your score, folks. I'm going to take one quick break, and I'll be right back with you with the player totals from this game.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the center feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
So once again, Indianapolis will advance to the championship game, their third straight championship appearance here in the CBA with an 81-78 win over Bowling Green. Shawn Hopkins with 16 points, Darrell Walker with 16, Sean Howard with 3, Erin Worthington with 2, Tyler Bibbs with 8, McClure with 4. Your MVP is Joe Reddick with 25. Game high 25 for Bowling Green. Monty Burney with 13. DeJohn Williams with 8. Demarius Smith 7. Dronte Clark with 12. Andre Dickerson with 12. Marcus Bowens with 10. And Rory McFadden with 11 for the Bowling Green Hornets, who will call it a season here in the 2019 Central Basketball Association. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to end this broadcast, and we'll be right back with the Middle Tennessee Storm and the Fort Wayne Flite. Have a great night here from Riverside High School in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana.